Hey guys, CardTech710 here, posting my first card video. Uh, Watching videos of other guys posting their awesome collections has kind of inspired me to post my own. I used to collect during the early 90s till probably about 92, and most of my cards that I had from back then are pretty much worthless. Cards like, remember this one? Upper Deck used to have one of these per box, and this is before Jordan actually retired from basketball for a little bit just to try a stint at minor league baseball in the hopes of becoming a major league baseball player. Um, but at the time, this was a pretty hot card. There is absolutely tons of them on the PSA registry. So this is one of my few cards that I collect that I did not get PSA registered, only because they're not really worth it to get them graded. But buying cards that I used to want when I was younger, cards like this, the 84 Fleer Update Roger Clemens rookie and a PSA 10. Steroids or not, I got a chance to watch Roger Clemens when I was younger at Angel Stadium in Southern California, and just awestruck by how powerful a pitcher this guy was. So whether he was on steroids at the time when he was with Boston, I don't know, but really just it hurt my hand just hearing his ball hit the catcher's mitt. But this is a card that I really wanted, so it's kind of like buying my youth back. Another card I wanted when I was younger that I could not afford at the time was the Nolan Ryan rookie. This is the PSA 7. Funny story about this is when I collected, there was a story of this little kid that got away with buying, with a time, this is before PSA grading, was worth about a $1,200 card. He bought it from a local cards shop, I think from the owner's wife, for $12. And then the owner found out because, of course, the kid went back, told his friends. Friends went back to the card shop, said, "Hey, do you have any more of those Nolan Ryan rookies for $12?" And he had found out that his wife had sold the kid the card for a mere $12, and actually even took the kid to small claims court, I heard. But this is a PSA 7. It's actually pretty well centered for a 68. Very tough. And one way to find out if your card is centered or not, because left to right is easy, but top to bottom is take a look at the back. The back of these 68 Ryans are typically very off-center. This one's not too bad. But card I wanted for a long time. Actually, this is the second one I bought. I actually bought a PSA 8 and spent quite a bit of money on it, thinking that, this is a card I finally got. I sent it to PSA to get reholdered because I really like these Lighthouse label PSA label holders. And they told me that the card had actually been tampered with, that someone actually tampered with the seal, got the original PSA card out of there and replaced it with what they deemed a PSA 5. So naturally, the difference between a PSA 8 and a PSA 5 is pretty substantial. So I was pretty upset, but I bought the card. I did buy the card on eBay, and thanks to eBay's buyer protection program, if you think that something you question the legitimacy or if it's been tampered with, then you can oftentimes file a claim with them and get your money back. And actually, all I had to do was reach out to the seller. And this is actually probably 3 months after I'd bought the card. I don't really think the seller had anything to do with tampering on it. I'm sure that he got it from somebody else that might have did this, little shenanigan. But I sure hope that he wasn't left holding the bag and was able to get his money back. But after I got my money back, instead of an 8, I settled on a 7 because it was the only one on eBay that I could find that was really well centered. I live in the Pacific Northwest now, so there's not a lot of card shows that I can go to and just pick them up. Most of my collection is actually purchased online, either through eBay or I like Four Sharp Corners is another one. And sometimes I actually go to the actual companies like well, 4 Sharp Corners, for instance, and buy them directly from there. But I do like eBay only because, there's usually lots of variety. There's not just, one Nolan Ryan rookie card for sale, there's several. And also the buyer protection, which I'm now very much bought into, is something that, I appreciate, being able to buy with confidence, knowing that I'm not going to get taken again like that. So, and last one is the 1955 Sandy Koufax rookie and a PSA 7. Sorry for the glare there. It's daytime and I don't have any shades for my windows, and sun tends to hit the glass a little bit, or hit the plastic a little bit. Of course, I grew up a Dodger fan growing up in Southern California. My grandfather was a huge Dodger fan, and hearing stories about this guy, having never seen him play, since he only played for 10 short years, and really of those 6 of which he was pretty much the most dominant player in the pitcher in the game. In the early 90s, Dodgers had a couple of really good pitchers that would come through. Pedro Martinez's brother, Ramon Martinez, was a very hot pitcher at the time. And they even had one guy named Pedro Estacio who really looked amazing when he was pitching. But all my grandfather told me is, these guys are good, but compared to Sandy Koufax, they couldn't, hold a candle to these guys. So I kind of bought this more, of course, I like hearing about guys that are just that much better than their competition. Barry Sanders in their day. And from everything I've seen in the few documentaries they have about this guy, is he really dominated. Pete Rose, Willie Mays, a lot of great hitters that were had to pitch bat against this guy said that they've never seen anything like it and probably never will. So it's a pity, but he retired after winning 20-something games. He actually retired. So it wasn't a matter of his skills dwindling. It's just his arm, and this is before they had, really sports treatment, or they monitored the pitch counts on pitchers. Kind of a pity, but I'd love to see a guy pitch like that in this day and age. But I guess that's what they call them, legends. So that's it for now. Just 3 pitchers. I'll be sharing some of my other cards with you in future videos if I choose to post any. But just wanted to thank the guys that are posting YouTube videos. Then you guys have been the source of information that I've used to kind of learn more about the hobby as it is in this day and age, and I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.